This is Ted Starcher with Internet Marketing Optimization. Had quite a few requests on how our Craigslist marketing system works, and I thought I'd go ahead and give a quick run through and just kind of give the basics on how it works. Let's go ahead and start out as if you don't have any of the software on your computer, and how you would download that and configure it. First of all, we'd probably go on Google and type in classified searcher. Okay, it looks like it's result number 2 under Cubic Solutions. Go ahead and click on there. And right at the top here, we see the option to try it for free. And down here at the bottom, download free. We'll go ahead and save that. Definitely at a monthly billing cycle of $567 per month. I think it's an excellent deal. But there are a few tricks as far as resetting the trial period, but we won't get into that right now. Okay, we're down to 2 seconds. Alright, let's go ahead and open up the folder that it downloaded to. And here we are right here. Let's go ahead and run the program. And of course the user account control, which normally I disable just because it's a pain in the butt. Go ahead and click yes, and next, and install. And let's go ahead and minimize this out. Let's get rid of that. And now we see we have an icon over here for a classified searcher. Let's go ahead and open that up. Just to save some time, I'll go ahead and created some keywords, and we'll go ahead and delete this campaign in here just so we can start one from scratch, so you can see the whole process. Okay, this is typically the starting screen where it's going to ask you to set up your campaign, which is basically the keywords, the categories, and the locations that you'd like to perform your search on. And since I've already set up a template for the keywords. We'll just go ahead and paste those in here. And we'll just say, we'll call this campaign demo search. And click on next. Okay, the first option I ask you is United States. Depending on your industry, I mean, you may want to choose the whole United States, which is what I do. Or if you're offering a service type product which is state specific, you may choose just to choose the specific region which you're servicing. And over here in gigs, in my specific business, I'm going to be choosing computer gigs. And under jobs, I'm going to go ahead and go down here and choose web design. And occasionally internet engineering jobs fall within the same category, so I'll go ahead and select that also. Systems networking jobs, those are those are more server support and that type of thing, so we'll just stay away from that. So far I've had the best luck with just searching Craigslist, but it also does have an option for Craigslist, Oodle, Cars.com, Boats.com, eBay Motors, Boat Trader, Auto Trader, Backpage, and eBay Classified. So depending on your need, let's just say you're into buying and trading and that sort of thing. You may want to do a search for certain vehicles that are listed at a certain price, or something similar to that. And let's see, we'll gather results from let's just say the first 5 days, or you can go, let's see, search within list. Oh, that's 5 pages, excuse me. I'll go with 2 pages on that, and then on search within how many days, I'll go ahead and put 5. And let's see. Right now, I've actually determined that the automatic email replies in this program are kind of lacking, and they don't send out properly, and they also don't allow you to do email tracking and that sort of thing. So I basically just use this to create my list. And let's go ahead and click finish. And as soon as you click finish, the program it goes ahead and starts the campaign. And if you notice, it automatically starts populating posts that match your keywords. Of course, the keywords that I put in are very simplified compared to what I use for my campaign. Can't give away all the company secrets. But we've been sitting here for what, just a few minutes, and we're already at 253 results. So far, location-wise, we've got, let's expand that a little bit so we can see where we're searching. Okay, so far we're in California, San Francisco, quite a few, San Diego, Sacramento, Phoenix, Orange County, California, Los Angeles, but basically it's going to go ahead and it's going to go through the whole it's going to go through each listing in each subcategory for the United States, depending on the keywords that you set up. I've set up a very simple set of keywords, which is, it's going to bring back a lot more garbage and, unwanted posts that I want. But it does take some time to go ahead and tweak out your keywords, put in your negative keywords, and remove some of the posts that just aren't relevant to what your business are. Okay, as you can see, the green bar down here shows the progress of the search. I'm not going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and not let the search finish. I'm going to stop it right here. Okay, and basically after your search finishes, you can go over here, click on the spreadsheet icon, and it's asking you, what do you want to export, all posts or only selected posts. So I mean, if you want to be a little bit more pickier and go through each listing and pick which ones are applicable, be my guest. But usually you can accomplish that by just using selective keywords and negative keywords. And these are the fields that we want to include in the field. Mileage is not important to me. Stock isn't important. Color is not important. I will keep the zip code. Um, Phone number, not so much. I will put the email address because that's the email address that we'll be replying to. And add URL. The description is not important. And we'll just say, let's see, how many do we have over here? 318. So we'll just go ahead and export all these. It's going to give you a little warning saying it's going to take some extra time if you include phone numbers and that sort of thing. And I typically like to name my files after the date and time, and we'll just say 7 p.m. Okay, so this is going to export this file as a CSV file with this name. We'll go ahead and save it. Takes a little bit of time. It's converting all the results into a comma separated file, which we can either load into a database or an email program. This is actually relatively quick because I've had lists come back, 7 to 10,000, just depending on what time frame and how many pages you decide to go back. And now if I can just remember exactly where I saved this file to, then we might be in good shape. Okay, let's go ahead and minimize this program. And It's I actually have a separate program now that I'm using for my emailing, but considering the list is so small, I'm gonna go ahead and run it. I'm gonna go ahead and run this off of my email server, and we'll just cross our fingers that that my host provider doesn't decide to cut me off for such a small email list. Okay. Typically, what you do with this program here is you create a contact list, and from that contact list, once you create that list, then you go ahead and go over to contacts, and you would say import contacts from a file. Of course, I've already got this process automated, but I thought it might be easier if I went ahead and went through it manually. Okay, and it's just asking import details, whether you want the contacts to be imported as confirmed, the HTML format email, file details. Yes, this file does contain headers. File separate, field separator, which means that in between each field, like, for instance, your email address, your location, zip code is going to have a comma in between it, and that's what's going to delimit which field it is. So let's go ahead now and try to locate this file that I just downloaded. And of course, it's not going to be easy here. Let's see if I put it on the desktop. No, of course not. Let's try save documents. Okay, there's the file I just created. It just happened to end up in there. Alright, we'll go ahead and click next. And now we come to the field mappings area, which is basically when you want to add dynamic fields into your email. Let's say you you just happen to have their first name or their last name saved in your database, or their email, or the title of their post that they added, or location, that type of thing. So this is where we tell the program which field from the file we just imported is going to match up. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put the date field here, and I think I'd rather go with the standard caption. I would say Craigslist title. Price, we don't need that. Location, and let's see, what are we going to put here? I'll just go ahead and go with postal zip code. Category. That would be the Craigslist title, or excuse me, Craigslist category. And email address automatically maps to there. And this would be the Craigslist ad URL. And here's the zip code, and I believe I need to come back here and let's just change this to city, and I think that'll work out. And let's start importing. Keep in mind this is a small contact list just for different demonstration purposes, and also to keep me from getting restricted from my server. Okay, it's telling us 276 contacts were imported, 0 contacts were updated successfully, 17 contain duplicate, so it automatically got rid of the duplicates. Alright, so from this point here, let's go over here and go over to email campaigns, and we'll go to view email campaigns. Since I already have some email campaigns set up, I'm just going to go ahead and send one of the email campaigns that I already have set up, and it's going to ask me to select the contact list, which is the one that we just imported to. We'll click next. And it's asking, do I want to send my email campaign now? Yes. Also notice that it's showing where the email address is going to be coming from, send email replies to. We also have an email address set up for bounces, so if the email address is no good, it'll automatically remove it from the system. And because it's a Craigslist ad, typically they don't have a first and last name listed in the ad, so it's really not relevant. And let's see, send your email as multi-part. No, because I didn't create a multi-part. Track opens, yes, we want to see how many people open their emails. Track clicked, yes. And you can actually insert Google Analytics code into your email, so that way you can get further analysis on the opening of the emails, the clicking on the links, and that sort of thing. And here we go. Schedule email. And if you notice right here, it says date scheduled 2 minutes 53 seconds. And we can actually view the status of this email. This is basically the email that's going out. If you'll notice, there's some code in here. This code here will be replaced with the title from the Craigslist ad. And also for unsubscription purposes, to stay spam compliant, we also include at the bottom where it'll automatically insert their email address in case they want to unsubscribe. But it's really not applicable because each email list is deleted after being sent, because basically these are response to Craigslist posts, and there's no point in spamming someone on a Craigslist post. But that's basically what the email is going to look like. Here's the sending activity. see if we can drill down on that some more. And view scheduled email queue. Apparently we already have a email list in progress, which I wasn't quite aware of since I just restored this. Currently I have my email settings set for let's see, I believe I have it set for 60 per minute, which is like 1 per minute. That's pretty reasonable. I don't see that as being, abusive. Maximum hourly rate 60 per hour. Of course, if I'm sending this from my own program, I can go all the way up to 500 emails per hour. I mean, per minute. And over here on statistics, you can view your email campaign statistics. You can see, let's see here. This email here had 1,960 recipients. This is page 2. Let's see. And let's just view this one here. And it's saying here it's going to take approximately 6 hours and 58 minutes to send out these emails. And this is just because I'm being nice to my server, and I really don't want to get restricted again. And as you can see, let's see here. These are active. This one's in progress. Let's see what the progress on this one is. This one right here is let's go ahead and pause this one, and then we'll go ahead and send the one that we just created, and we'll just see how long that takes. But basically, this is all there is to um, automated Craigslist marketing. I actually have a new program that I'm going to be using that's going to be working off server and not risking having the server shut me down. And in part 2, I'll go ahead and cover that. But thank you very much for listening, and you guys have a great day.